We often wonder, is there anything that can happen to make Democrat voters stop voting Democrat? We already know that things can happen to make Republicans stop voting Republican. Thankfully, that didn't happen this past November 5th, and we won. But I wonder if the continual warnings from President Trump that what is happening right now in Los Angeles County was going to happen, I wonder if that resonates with anybody. Here we go again. Trump was right. How many times over the last 9 years have we said Trump was right? How many times since he came down that golden escalator have we said, well, he was right again. Here he goes again. He was right. He's been sounding the alarm about these stupid environmental... Who cares about the smelt? You know what I want to do with the smelt? Put it on my salad for lunch today. I want to eat it. Who cares? Honestly, I want to meet one person in America who cares about the smelt. Because of the smelt, a tiny fish, an endangered species in California, they've redirected water and dumped it into the Pacific Ocean rather than directing it into the land that desperately needs it in California. So it's dry and brittle, and it goes up when the winds moved in just the right direction. And now look at a 40-square-mile swath of devastation. And a lot of it because of the smelt. I'm not kidding you. I'm dead serious. I want to talk to we got a big audience here. And I'm real fired up today. I'm frustrated. I'm not happy. Look, I don't care what your politics are. I don't want your house to burn down. I don't want you to die. So far, five persons have been killed. Schools have been burned. I've been thinking about Dennis Prager, who's in the hospital out there. I don't know where, physically where the hospital is that he's in right now because they moved him. I'm worried about if Sue is having to, evacuate with Dennis from the hospital. And Trump is saying, look, I've told you so. And Trump went on Joe Rogan's show like 3 months ago. 3 months ago. And sounded the alarm.
They said, we have no
This
water.
guy gets it right so often, and yet all they want to do is vilify and crucify and react and panic. Look, let's be honest here. These environmentalists are destroying this country. They think they're saving the country, saving the planet. Hey, you going to give me the global warming crap? Global warming ate my homework. Isn't going to work much longer. People are tired of this. And they're ready for this guy who is soon to be sworn in. We are days away from President Trump's inauguration. Here he was with Joe Rogan 3 months ago.
They said, we have no water. I said, do you have a drought? No, we don't have a drought. I said, why don't you have no water? Because the water isn't allowed to flow down. It's got a natural flow from Canada all the way up north. Water, more water than they could ever use. And in order to protect a tiny little fish, the water up north gets routed into the Pacific Ocean. Millions and millions of gallons of water gets poured. I could have water for all of that land. Water for your forests. Your forests are dry as a bone.
Yeah.
Okay?
Dangerous.
That water could be routed. You could have everything. Not only dangerous, billions of dollars a year they spend on forest fires. And, there's a case with the environment. They're not allowed to rake their forests because you're not allowed to touch it. And all they have to do is clean their forest, meaning rake it up, get rid of the leaves, get rid of, leaves that are sitting there for 5 years. And
we'll certainly get rid of the dead fall.
And get rid of the trees that have fallen.
Yeah.
Hey, Gavin Newsom, what are you going to say about that? Hey, Karen Bass, what are you going to say about that? That was 3 months ago. Trump has repeatedly warned California of the disastrous danger that was waiting for them. And now the chickens have come home to roost. now because they don't want to. And I want to know about the smelt. I'm dead serious. I am fascinated that there are people among us who sit around and say, I got to worry about the smelt. What does the smelt do for humanity? What does a little fish do? I'm not trying to be a smart aleck here. Who gives a rat's rear end if the smelt becomes extinct? What purpose does the smelt serve? And you know me, I'm goofy. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm obsessed with the smelt. But as I'm reading about this all night last night, and this is touching close to home for us. This is not some distant, far-off problem. I just got a note from our buddy Pete Paquette in Orlando. So it was forwarded to me. Apparently, Dennis Prager's longtime producer and a guy we all know, Sean McConnell, in L.A., his home was destroyed. Larry Elder and his family had to evacuate. Of course, you probably saw James Woods, the actor, last night with Laura Ingraham. His whole neighborhood wiped out. I mean, a whole bunch of people from all walks of life. And incidentally, you know, some of these folks are rich. Sean is rich in spirit. I don't think you'd call, you know, Dennis's producer, a rich guy, a wealthy, you know, famous guy. He's, you know, known because he's Dennis's longtime producer and works closely with Carl Jackson and all of us regularly. So, you know, what is it going to take for voters to wake up? Will this be the event? So I've got two questions for you as we kick things off here for this hour of the Mike Gallagher Show. Thursday, January 9th. I'm glad you could join us. We're in the Relief Factor studios. As always, the number for you to call or text is 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. Two questions. Number one, what purpose does the smelt serve? A tiny fish that would lead to these epic policies that have led to such catastrophe. That's part one. Please, if you're a smelt expert or a smelt lover, I want to meet you. 1-800-655-MIKE. And number two, the second part of my question, or the second question for you today, is this the event that will get dummies in states like California to wake up? Can it happen? Can even diehard Democrats in California say enough is enough with the Gavin Newsoms and the Karen Basses of the world? 800-655-MIKE. Tell me what you think. 14 past the hour. We've got a line open just for you. 800-655-6453. Join us.